Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new visual novel Let's Play called Sakura Angels. Now, according to my last game called Sakura Spirit, I only missed out one picture for some odd reason. And that was bullshit. It was so frustrating right there. So, hopefully this game is more better than the previous one. And thanks to one of my friends who gifted me this, I will LP it to express my gratitude. But I am broke as hell on money. So I adjusted the volumes, have transitions of course, text speed all the way up because it has voice. So you're gonna tell me that this game has voice acting. Oh my goodness. Let's start this. Oh my gosh. I hope this... I wonder. Every night, I have the same dream. Every night, I'm always brought back to this place without fail. And then every morning, I'll wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I fall asleep. Not a single night went by without any consciousness being dragged into the abyss. This realm is devoid of light, so much so that I can't even see my hand in front of my face, no matter how desperately I wave it. The concept of sound is just as absent, my steps silent, and my distressed cries swallowed by the bordering darkness as quickly as they had left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, barren wasteland of nothingness. Spending any prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt even my own existence. Yet, despite feeling suffocated by a striking absence of anything, I know I'm not done. Something is watching me, stalking me from the shadows. I can't say for sure what it is, but every once in a while I'll catch sight of something from the corner of my view. A pair of burning, bright eyes fixated purely on me. They hate me, despise me. There's an overwhelming sense of animosity radiating from whoever they belong to. I know they want nothing more than to lash out and attack me, but something is holding them back. A force they truly despise. Invisible chains that bind and restrict them from the one thing that is on their mind. At first, when I began dreaming about this place, the eyes were distant, like glimmering stars. But with each passing night, the eyes seemed to inch ever closer and shine ever brighter. I think whatever force has been holding them from me is beginning to fade. What will happen with these eyes? What will happen when these eyes reach me? I shudder to think. I know it's just a dream, so I shouldn't be afraid. But everything I experience here is so vivid. None of the usual murky haze that shrouds such dreamlike environments seems to exist here at all. I have perfect clarity. I can feel the stagnant, freezing air all around me, enough to incite a shiver out of me every once in a while. Since I'm so used to this dream, I know how it'll end. I'll wade through the darkness for what seems like an eternity, never finding anything, until the morning finally comes and pulls me out of this nightmare. At least, that was how it usually ended. Something is different tonight. Those hateful, burning eyes that always kept just out of sight before, I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before have I stared straight back into them. Their narrowed, piercing gaze roots me to the spot and a shooting pain surges through me. I can't move. I can't breathe. And then, from out of the darkness, a crooked smile spreads, just as sinister as the eyes.
もうすぐ自由を味わうことができる。残りの平穏を楽しめ少年。君の命はもうわずかだ。 そして全てが変わる。
And then everything shall change. Oh good, we got voice acting now. Sweet. Oh shit. That is a nice looking bedroom. Look at that. Oh man, I wish I have a bedroom bigger like this. I mean, look at that. Got a fancy looking chair. I'm not a fan of chairs like these unless they're comfortable. Got a little laptop. Are these I thought they were actual TV monitors for a moment. The wardrobe, all the drawers, and shelves. A little bed table light there. This is amazing. Ugh. My head is killing me. These morning migraines are the worst. Every morning without fail, I always wake up to a sensation not unlike my skull being pounded by a jackhammer. Thump. What? Thump. Thump. It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. It's weird though, even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. In the space it takes me to get up and head for school, the pain is usually reduced to just a dull throb at the back of my skull by then. So it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things. But it certainly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd how consistent it seems to be. Anyway, enough pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. After a moment of wrestling with my blanket, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed. A quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early. Too early. If I had it in my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. But sadly, life just isn't that wonderful. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I suppress the urge to let out a hiss, almost blinding myself in the process. Oh boy. Too bright. The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform, a tie becoming all the more problematic to put on when you're half asleep. Oh god, I think I've actually got my hands stuck in it. Almost choking myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever, I finished putting on the tie, the rest of my uniform complying peacefully with me. Unable to find a comb, I settled for just flattening my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I'm left staring back at someone with messy black hair. It's close enough. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumble out of my room, my legs still not fully awake. Wow, really? And a nice kitchen too? Oh my goodness. And the dining room all's well. Look at this. Uneven steps carry me dangerously down the stairs, and I soon emerge into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. Is he living by himself? The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene before me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs than they ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening while we're eating, and then everyone is off to bed and the cycle repeats. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us living comfortably, so I don't hate them for it. It just gets, I don't know, lonely? Ah well, there's no use moping about it. It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. I don't think I have enough time for for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I'll just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. I have sudden traumatic flashbacks to when the toaster erupted into flames. Really, I never had a toaster explode before unless it's near water. Ah, what a day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a third time. Having devoured the only slightly charred toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder before starting for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kind of depressing to have no one to say goodbye to, but again, this has been the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. Wow, and it's outside is nice and fancy too. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I mean, it's taking all of my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. I just have to hope the breakfast kicks in and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through the school gates. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground as I soldiered on, I suddenly noticed that the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over, my steps the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh. That's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I'm met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. What? I hurry on forward, hoping to at least run into somebody. Anyone? Even the sun's once golden rays seem muted. The world tinged in dreary tones, but there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache? Now? Nothing is making any sense. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand to my head, I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before that gradually died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. Thump. It won't stop at all. I'm brought to my knees. I can hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment, and then, through gritted teeth and a pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. A monster. What the hell is that thing? Looks like a goat-like monster thing. That's the only word that can come to my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mass of flesh with gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes seething with hate. The closest thing I can relate it to would be a dog, but no dog I know of is 3 times the size of me. Its form, practically, oh man, my throat, eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Given its tense stance and the fact it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Where did it come from? Why does it want me? 1,000,001 questions race through my head. But I doubt I'm going to get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do when presented with such odds, and that is to... Oh shit. Oh boy. Stand my ground, of course. I don't know what the hell this thing is, or why it suddenly appeared before me, but I'm not going to let it take me down without a fight. Ignoring the pain that threatens to consume my skull, I strain myself and stare right back into the hateful eyes of the beast. And then, tightening a fist, I lash out like lightning, my fist connecting with his head cleanly with a solid impact. Take this, foul beast! Wham! Okay, no. Bad idea. That did nothing. In fact, it looks even angrier than it did before now. All I managed to do is bruise my own fist. I hope I haven't broken anything. I reel back from my brutal attack, giving the fist in question a good shake. It still stings. Ow! Now what do I do? My blazing surprise attack was met with complete indifference, and now I think it's too late to run, as the creature is gearing itself up for a charge, its front leg digging the ground. This might have been a mistake. I try to turn tail and begin running, but the beast kicks off of the ground, straight towards me. There's nothing else I can do. I brace myself as best I can for the inevitable bone-shattering impact. Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end, a dazzling radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. What the hell just happened? A cheerful voice chirps, a welcome sound after the terrors of that thing. And then another voice that's less cheerful. They sound angry more than anything. What's happening now? Oh boy. More fan service. We got two celestial angels fighting the demons. The light soon fades, revealing my saviors. Though, this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. Two girls, roughly my age, stand before me. I blink several times before I scrub at my eyes, hoping things might make a little more sense. This can't be real. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. Wielding weapons and costumes taken straight out of a fantasy book, it's all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. What the heck was that? The more cheerful of the two simply says that to me, her stance relaxing some. Huh? Was that supposed to explain everything? I glance down at my feet where my own shadow stretches, but the girl bursts into a giggle. Of course not, except I bruised my own fist. No, I'm fine, but... But I do want to know. It's called being an adventurer. Or explorer, hell if I know. If you lost your mind, no. I'm cut short by the more aggressive looking of the pair, whose expression had grown darker and darker as the cheerful one had spoken. Looking like she's unable to take it anymore, she exploded, causing both of us to jump.
でも彼困ってるみたいだったし、シャドウも見ちゃったし、手遅れだったと思わない？
Her eyes narrow into a frightening glare. It's clear she isn't happy. No kidding. Obviously. But I don't think she has anything to counter that.
ねえ、心配しすぎだって。彼に必要な情報を教えただけなんだから。
The upbeat girl brings her attention back to me, a sparkle in her eye.
ね、ケンタ、どこまで話したっけ？
We were... Wait. How do you know my name?
おっと、いけない。
She puts a hand to her mouth as if to try and take back the words. The questions continue to pile up, and I still haven't gotten any answers.
バカ。
The serious one wraps her fist against the other's head, who sticks her tongue out in a sort of tee-hee my bad kind of way. So you guys know me? I've never seen them in my life. And given how they look, I definitely think I would have remembered them.
詳しいことは知らないんだ。でも、あなたのことを見ていたの。あなたは興味深かったから。
Really? Me? What the heck did I ever do to get so much attention? As far as I know, I'm just an average student who lives an average life. No shit. Doing average things. No kidding, okay? So after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore.
これはトップシークレットだから詳しくは言えないんだけど、あなたが悪人の手に落ちるのは良くないんだよね。 あなたの安全をどれだけ私たちが守ってるか信じられないと思うけどね。正直なところ、あなたに会えてほっとしてるの。だから感謝してね。
She beams at me, leaning in perhaps just a little bit too close. She's throwing so much at me here, I can hardly think straight. Just who the heck are you guys? Huh. She falls deep into thought, her nose scrunching up. I guess she's choosing her words carefully as to avoid another brutal assault from her partner.
守護天使みたいなものかな。
As your guardian angels. So that's what the title is, Sakura Angels. We're now going to talk to angel-like characters. Saying that, she gives her bow a flourish, and it shatters between her fingers. Moments later, the shattered pieces of the bow begin to gather behind her, the shards piecing back together rapidly until finally they form a pair of wings on her back. The wings, while not strictly attached to her, at least seem to function as they sway in the breeze and give off a glimmer every now and then. Every now and again. Wait, are they literally angels? That's what it said in the title. Let me get this straight. To start from the beginning, that thing that attacked me, that monster, you call those shadows?
そうだね。
And these shadows have supposedly been hunting for me for a while now?
うんうん。
Because apparently, if they catch me, it'll be bad for unspecified reasons.
そうだね。とっても悪いね。
And you guys, whoever you are, have been combating them from the shadows to keep me safe from harm? She nods enthusiastically. It looks like I've just about got a grip on what this whole thing is, even if it was a little sparse on details. Knowing all this, it brings me to the conclusion that oh boy, more dialogue. Okay. You know what? I have no choice but to believe them. As crazy as this all sounds, I really can't deny the evidence before me. That monster was definitely real, and I have no reason to doubt these girls who destroyed that thing right before my eyes. Okay, so what happens now?
シャドウが活動的になってるみたいでね。あなたを遠くから見守るんじゃダメみたい。さっきかろうじて捕まえられたのはラッキーだったもん。
Why is her voice so quiet? Just me and the mouse. I get the feeling the voice is more quieter. Really now, like, I don't really understand, really.
シャドウが活動的になってるみたいでね。あなたを遠くから見守るんじゃダメみたい。さっきかろうじて捕まえられたのはラッキーだったもん。
Huh. Interesting.
なんだか嫌な予感がするんだよね。
Somehow I don't like the sound of that or what it might imply at all.
とりあえずお別れだね。でもこれからはもっとそばで見守ってあげるから。
Okay.
じゃあね。
She gives me a wink and a wave before taking off in the other direction. Her less enthused partner simply turns her head from me with one last humph before following after her. Oh boy, another tsundere girl, I believe? Oh boy. I'm soon left completely alone within the street, where just moments ago my entire world had been spun on its head. Did all of that just happen? Ah geez, all of this will have to wait for later though. Right now I have to focus on the bigger issue, being late for school. I break into a sprint as I try to make up for lost time, all the while hoping that I'll never run into those two again. Somehow Okay, we'll just end it here for now. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. And we'll continue more of this, so have a good one.